fathers will understand.
I told you he was an awesome dad.
What's up, dudes? Welcome back to Dudela. I'm Michael.
I'm John.
And today, John, we're talking about the money. Money! There we go. We're talking about money and how much fun or not fun you're going to have through your first negative 9 months with your kid, a.k.a.
pregnancy,
leading up to it, and then the first kind of 6 months afterwards as you stock and get everything ready for your kid.
And then beyond.
And
then
there's a reason that they say each kid costs you about $500,000.
In life?
Yep.
Yeah.
And when you start digging into numbers, not to scare you, but digging into numbers, it piles up pretty quick.
Yeah, we're in that range right now where we've got toddlering around, and we're looking back at the credit card statements and taking deep breaths and
Hurts
thinking,
a little bit.
wow, how much did this actually cost?
Hurts a little bit.
That's what we're talking about today, is the idea of how much is this whole thing really going to cost me? You're a dad to be. You just found out that the little plus sign is plus, and it's time to start thinking. Time to start prepping.
Tighten the bootstraps a little bit on the wallet, and just be ready for. We're going to kind of walk you through our experience, where we saw some financial things that hit us that we were not expecting, and then just kind of like other things that you have to buy, like things that. Listen, your wife is going to be building a registry. And you have to be okay. And I'm talking to myself in this because we continually have to buy stuff. And I'm like, do we really need to spend this much on that? And let me tell you, some of the stuff that we have bought is so worth the money.
Oh, my gosh.
I think you and I can talk about it because some of the things you guys went a little cheaper on than we did because you were buying two. Mm-hmm. And we could see the difference side by side.
Yes.
AKA car seats.
Car seats. And we still didn't buy cheap car seats.
No.
They were like middle of the range car seats, and they blow.
Yep. And so there are a couple things the things that you will use every single day or majority of the time.
It's worth the money.
It's worth the extra $300. It may be insane looking at it and be like, seriously, why am I going to pay $300 more for this over this other one? Well, it's because you're going to be taking your kid in and out of this
every day,
4 times every single day, and
for years.
Yeah. And it's worth it. But there are some things that you definitely can skimp on, and you do not need all of.
So let's dive in. Let's talk numbers. So let's start with this. When did you have the money conversation with Abs, if at all, during pregnancy?
Yeah, it was probably too late. I mean, I think when we found out we were pregnant, it was like, okay, like we need to cut back on some things. Let's look at the budget. Let's figure out what we're doing, where we need to, start saving.
Did you add like baby as a line item in your budget?
No, because I don't think we knew what that number was going to be. Because it does flex so much, right? Like you don't know initially. You're like, listen, you're feeding baby, so there is no like extra food. You're gonna be paying diapers, and it's like, okay, well, how much can diapers be? FYI, a lot.
$40 for 200 diapers at Costco. So that's like that's the most economic.
Yeah.
So run the math.
Yep. And let me tell you,
how many diapers are they going through a day?
I mean, you're going through probably what was it? 6 to 8 diapers a day every like 3 hours when you're a newborn.
Mm-hmm. Every 3 hours.
So you're looking at 200 divided by 8. We're looking at like you're maybe lasting a month, maybe.
Not even, man.
With a box of diapers.
Oh, I'm thinking through twin lens.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're in a way different. If you have twins, buckle up even more. Go get a second job right now to save up.
Now.
But
honestly, I really considered the reusable diapers, and I kind of think we probably could have saved a lot of money.
But can you imagine the just brain power?
Oh, I know. I had friends that did it. They said they would take their diapers into the bathroom they had a little extension hose that they attached to the toilet that they could turn on and off. They'd hose off the diapers into the toilet, then do a dirty diaper wash in the washing machine, just dirty diapers. Then they would take them and hang them out on a clothesline to dry because you're not supposed to put them in the dryer.
David, I'm not like Sarah Ingalls Wilde or whatever it was in the Little House on the Prairie. Like, more respect if you do that. More power to you.
It's
like,
impressive.
Go for it. But I do not have that sort of brain power. I don't want to. There are some disgusting diapers that I do not want my hands any more near, man.
You don't need to see it again.
No. Anyway, that was way off the tangent there. You're in for it with diapers.
I'm just
but
picturing them blowing in the wind.
I mean, I don't have a clothesline. Live in the city, man.
The thing is, you need the sun to bleach them white. Otherwise, they turn like a stale.
I can imagine the color. Yeah, thank you for the visual on that one there. Anyway, so back to when did we have the topic? I mean, it was always a topic, but I think it's hard to know what number you're actually looking at and where those numbers are going to hit you. I think that's kind of the short answer of that is you can think about it. You can kind of plan of like, okay, well, if we cut this back. Man, you just do it.
You got to do it. And I found it's a mix of both of what can we cut and where can we grow. And it is legitimately a real conversation in most households right now where it's like one of our incomes is not going to cut it. Like, what can we do to get creative, to make some money on the side, doing some different things? What skills and talents do we have that we can create a revenue stream? And so Viv and I both started looking at ways to go that route, as well as where can we tighten our belt? What can we buy that's a little cheaper? And, how can we save on our like regular overhead, regular expenses? I'm talking like how much we water, how long showers we take, those kinds of things. You can do both. But at the end of the day, it's like we need to, I think more important than the number was that we had to be aligned on the mission.
Totally.
Is that we both were like, okay, if this number is arbitrarily, call it $500 a month is going to go towards baby expenses, whether that number is way low or way high, doesn't matter. As long as you guys set a bar and say, this is what we're going to search for, we're going to strive for, then you're aligned, and then if it needs to change, you change together.
Totally. And it, like we've talked about, like you can set it, but you don't really know, and you don't really know until they're here, right? And you and I both kind of got kicked in the teeth, from a financial statement, and it's not a crib costs this much. Like you can kind of ballpark that sort of stuff and like spread those out. Like don't wait until month 8 and go buy all of it, because then that's really going to hurt. Like if you have the space, buy stuff, save it, put it in storage, whatever, and then just do like one of the bigger ones a month or whatever. But the big one that gets you is the hospital bill and the insurance.
The insurance, man.
And you think you're covered, you look at your insurance. There's a lot on there that is not
clear.
No.
Not
quite confusing. And with you guys,
it feels like almost that it's designed to hurt you.
Yeah.
I have a lot of opinions. On this platform, what I will say is that we have a system that is very difficult to navigate.
Yeah, it's very confusing.
And you feel like you get it figured out, and then all of a sudden it switches on you.
Yeah, the goalposts move every single second with it, and it's not because you don't understand it. It's because, like, you don't understand it.
So let's talk. Let's be real. So, I would just say if I was a dad right now and I figured out that I was going to become a father for the first time, and I'm on my insurance plan, my wife is on hers. My only advice is like start this conversation before you talk about like how much do we want to spend on a stroller.
Yep.
Start talking to your insurance company, your employer if you've got an employee covered plan. Like start this conversation today to figure out what is it practically going to look like for you and your wife to be covered up through pregnancy, including all of the doctor's appointments. And once baby is here, what does that look like in addition to all of the hospital bills that you're going to be receiving?
Yep. And your first one is your hardest one, right?
Because you don't know.
And for the most part, you are on your own insurance plan and your wife is probably on her own insurance plan. Or you are just on you and a spouse family plan.
Employee spouse is very common.
When you switch over to the family family insurance plan, that's when things get funky. And that's when rates go up. And that's when deductibles go up. That's when every out-of-pocket maxes go up. But you also have to re-hit all of those things when baby comes. So you hit your out-of-pocket max beforehand. You hit all of those things through ultrasounds, through doctor's appointments, and then through the hospital.
Spoiler alert, it doesn't take too many doctor's visits to hit your out-of-pocket maximum.
No, let me tell you, ultrasound is a lot more than you think it's going to be.
I think most insurances only cover one
Yep.
or two. And in our case, I think we had over 10 ultrasounds.
You guys had a lot.
And so, I just assumed I was paying, my out-of-pocket maximum was about 10 grand. And I just assumed that that's what I was on the
Yeah,
hook
you're going to hit that. Out-of-pocket max, just buckle up that you're going to hit it, and then buckle up that you may be hitting it again.
That's what happened to us.
Yep.
As we hit it when the babies were born, we ended up moving into a family plan that restarted everything, and then we had to do it all again.
Yep. Yeah, and on our end, open enrollment opens up for a big family event, right? A big life event. Having a baby, no shocker here, is a big life event. Yeah. So you get to re-enroll. But what happened to Abigail and I is we were both on our own. We thought, we're being smart. We're going to put Abigail on the highest one because that's the lowest deductible, lowest out-of-pocket max, and the best coverage while she's pregnant. Makes a lot of sense because we knew that we were going to be pregnant. We were trying, and we knew that we were going to hit that with all of our doctor's appointments. Okay? So we thought, yeah, we're doing the right, smart financial thing. Well, then when you reset and have to re-opt in and add that kiddo to your insurance.
Going from a spouse to a family plan?
Yeah, we were both individual.
Okay.
Then it was, I'm coming over and we're doing a family plan. The family plan on the highest one was a lot.
Yeah.
Astronomical, above the second level one or whatever. But if we would have moved to the second level, then we would have had to re-hit the out-of-pocket max, re-hit the deductible. But you also, when you get moved from individual and add somebody, they normally have a second deductible that you have to hit for the kid. And so that you will be paying, for the most part, from my understanding, you're going to be paying a lot more than what you think you're going to be paying for on insurance, and you just kind of are, just suck it up.
And, I know it's a lot to wade through, and we may have lost some people talking about insurance in general, because I know that my ears would just turn that off.
Yep.
But here's the bottom line is, so you might have an amazing plan, and you may be totally covered. Or you may think you have a good plan, but you're not.
Yep.
And my advice as a dad-to-be is don't let anybody else be in charge of this. Get clarity for you and your family. Ask 3 times. Because I've found even that people that work at the freaking insurance companies don't know what their plans are.
Seriously, talk to 5 or 6 different people and try and figure out who you can talk to the highest up. Because
many people told me I was good.
Yep.
That's what I'm trying to get.
You guys got hit way harder than we did.
And they're like, no, that's fine. They're good. You're good. They're on your plane. They're covered. You're covered. And then, after the babies are born, I'm just getting $5,000 to $10,000 bills in the mail.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is not to scare you. This is just to proactively get going on the insurance talk. And if you are if your wife's 7 months pregnant at this point, I mean, you can still have the conversation, still talk. Just be ready for what is coming from the insurance perspective, because that is the biggest bill and kind of slap in the face of all right, we're in this.
Totally.
Then you will get.
Yeah.
The good news is you can finance that stuff. It doesn't accrue, anything. So you can figure that one out and be able to, it's not like you throw it on a credit card and then you're paying, X amount in interest and all of that on
Yeah,
there. But
most billing departments will be happy to do a payment plan.
Correct.
Or they'll happy to negotiate with you.
and
as well.
honestly, just get paying on some of that stuff so you can figure out what you're actually paying too.
Yeah. Well, let's pivot here because that's a scary thing. But
Very.
I want to talk through some of the real numbers that are out there in our country right now.
Yep.
Like, what is an average, cost of a vaginal birth, an average cost of a C-section? I pulled up some stats here from, I was doing some research here for this. What would you guess is the average cost of a vaginal birth? This is somebody who has insurance. Like, what's that line item going to cost on the insurance line? Assuming you haven't hit your out of
Yeah,
pocket.
I mean, $1,500.
It's more.
$2,000.
It's more. It's $2,600. $2,600 for a vaginal birth, and
C-section, I'm guessing, is another like 1,000.
yeah, I'm seeing 3,200.
Yeah.
So, on a national average, somewhere in the $2,800 is what that line item. So if you haven't had to go to the doctor much at all, or if at all, but you're going in for a birth, I know I've got some friends that did the home birth journey that then had to pivot and go. Well, that's what it's going to cost them out of pocket. What do you think is? So I mean that's like the big one. That would be the big line item.
Correct.
On your.
But then you're also not talking hospital stay, room, all that stuff.
Yeah, if you guys want the real down and dirty, I mean, each of my babies cost me. If I would have paid what the hospital billed me, it was $270,000 per baby to be in the NICU. So if you got a cool $500,000 lying around and you want to help the Dudela cause, go ahead and send that over.
Fake numbers, it feels like. It's like Monopoly money.
I mean, $500,000 for this. But, I mean, that's the whole
insurance
industry.
covers a lot of it. Just be ready that, you will have to be paying that. So,
what about the cost? You'd mentioned earlier, like furnishing the house, getting all the baby gear.
Yeah.
What about that stuff?
Let's just talk through the things that you will need, right? You will need a crib. Mm-hmm. Have to have a place for the baby to sleep. You also probably need a bassinet.
Yeah.
Most people will have a bassinet in their room that you sleep, have the kids sleep in your room with because you're waking up every 3 hours and you want to make sure that everybody's safe and healthy.
Yeah.
And you do
we
that
did that for a while.
I think we did that for 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't necessarily need your crib right away. Good luck having your wife wait until the baby's here to design the nursery. That will not happen. So just be ready that you are going to have the nursery ready, and you really will not use the nursery for the first 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Maybe
just
even
basically
longer.
store clothes, and they're just going to live in like little sleepers. So anyway, you need a crib. Crib does not come with a mattress, so you got to get a mattress.
There's a couple $100 there.
Got to have a dresser and a changing table. Got to have a place. Listen, you have to have a place, a station to change diapers.
And
have
be
to.
thoughtful about the height of your changing station.
Yes.
I will say this. We had a changing station in our living room because we had two. One in the living room, one upstairs. And the living room height was a very inconvenient height.
Bad. Do
Tough,
you want to talk
really
about
tough on the lower
dad
back?
That's how you get dad back, is changing a baby on a table that is, what was it, 2 feet up, 2.5 feet?
No, it was a little higher than that. But yeah, it was a rough angle for the lower back.
I changed Riley on that one a couple times. I said, I'm sticking to the floor. Changing on the floor sucks too.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Not flexible enough for that.
You want something waist height.
Yes.
For changing.
Like a sink.
Yeah.
A sink-ish level.
That's
And a
what you
lot of dressers are going to be perfect for that. Need a chair.
You
gotta have a rocking chair to feed, to rock, to everything in the room because, again, you will be sitting in there.
You're in there.
At 2 a.m. You do not want to be sitting in a kitchen chair because not going to be comfortable.
Then all the other stuff, all the sheets and the outfits and that's just like the room itself.
That's just the neat. That's just the one.
If you want to make it cute and decor it up,
that's
and
more.
lamps
This
and
is
stuff.
this is the bones, man.
So all said and done, we're looking at what $1,500 for the crib and the dresser and a chair and a bassinet.
And some of these things, man, don't skimp on.
Chair.
Don't get a bad chair.
I got a good chair.
Get a good chair because you're going to sit in that chair a lot.
Yeah.
your butt cheeks are going to get to know that cushion really, really well.
Or that rocker.
Yep.
I've heard good things about rockers, like the gliders.
Yep, we have one of those, and it's nice.
Yeah.
Having a little motion, it puts you to sleep, so be careful. But, get a good chair.
Yeah.
Well worth it. Well worth it.
So far, you've spent $3,000 on the berth. Then you come home, you drop $1,500 on the room essentials.
4,500 for those of you keeping track at score.
And then what about what's next? All the other gear. Like,
all right,
you're going to take the baby out anywhere.
Yeah.
You want to leave
what
the
do you
house.
need? Got to have a car seat.
Got to have a car seat.
And let me tell you, this is the one that we've talked about.
I know.
This one, from personal experience, is probably worth it. I'm going to give a shameless plug. We don't do free ads on here. But the Nuna, shout out to my wife, Abigail. She did all of her research on this. She got the Nuna Air, and it is light, and it was a very good car seat.
Do you remember what you spent on that?
Shout out to the registry. I don't think we paid for it. That's a huge thing. Put these things on your registry. You don't know what people are going to buy you.
Yeah, it's true.
There are some people who will spend like silly money on there, and you're like, seriously? Like, Aunt Sally spent how much on it? Aunt Sally loves your baby.
Yeah, she does. Haven't talked to Aunt Sally in years, but hey,
let me tell you, she was excited.
She bought my stroller, that kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it definitely is worth putting it on the registry. But I would guess a good solid car seat's gonna be like $300 to $500.
I think it was closer to $5
Yeah.
because we also got the stroller with it, and having a stroller that adapts with your car seat with a newborn is very nice.
Yeah.
Just simplifies a lot of things. So I think our whole setup was probably like $800 for
the stroller and the.
I think so.
Yeah.
Something like that.
We had to do the double stroller. That thing
Yeah.
was pricey. I call it the caddy because it is a beast, and it is phenomenal. I use
great.
it all the time. And we bought an adapter for the cheaper car seats that we had so that it would work.
Yep.
All said and done though, we're like $1,800.
Yeah. But I mean, we were 800, 900 something. You had two.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, kind of checks out to 600 to $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
So I know some of those Duna. Listen, in all the baby brands, Duna, Nuna, Luna, they all sound the same.
Yeah, I never put any of those into my memory.
Good luck.
But they're there.
Yep.
So you got to get a stroller, a few $100. Got to get a car seat, a few $100. The other things like that are kind of nice to have is like a baby monitor.
Yep.
It's $100 for a good one.
Yep.
And you got.
And here's something that my sister, who just had a second, learned that you guys didn't have to learn the hard way. If you are planning to have your kids close in age, get the double baby monitor, the one that can set up 2 cameras now, because otherwise you're going to have to buy a whole new baby monitor.
Oh yeah.
When you have your second, because if your kid can't get out of their bed yet, you kind of still need, even if you're not like paying attention to them a lot, like you still have to pay attention because they can't get out of their bed. Mm-hmm. So if you are planning to have kids close together where one will still be in the crib when you have your second one, get the double monitor so you do not have to buy it again.
Sweet. That's great.
There you go.
Yeah. I've got it's called the dual something.
Yeah, but yours doesn't block out the.
I don't know how often they block out the white noise, but
mine did great. Mine blocked out the white noise a lot. Yours did not.
So that's a great one. Monitor, diaper bag for sure. You need to get a decent one. That it might be $50 to $100. Bottles and all of the essentials, another few $100. So, I would say with the stroller and all the other gear, bare minimum another $2,500 for all that stuff.
Agreed. So right there, you're at what?
7.
Yep. Welcome,
just for
welcome
furnishing.
To the show. Welcome to the show.
Yeah.
And that's not diapers. That's not clothes.
That's not any of the ongoing stuff either.
Yep. Yes, correct.
That's
just to get it started.
Yeah.
That's just purchase power there.
Now, for your new dad, are you scared right now? Are you sweating? Because I probably would be.
I am. I currently am.
Yeah.
I have some PTSD running back through my head here. Listen, but it's okay. All right?
Yeah.
Like, it's worth it. And you don't have to buy that stuff. Try and keep it gender neutral if you are planning to have more kids, so you don't have to buy some of that stuff again. You don't have to buy another stroller if you have another kid. You don't have to buy another car seat if you buy car seats you like. Oh, also, if you buy a car seat, get a second base. That's what we did.
Oh, put it in grandma's car or something.
We kept the base in my car and Abigail's car.
Yeah, that's great.
So then all we had to do was
Click,
move
click.
the car seat.
Yeah.
It wasn't like playing because we both worked and it was one of us picked up, one of us dropped off. You didn't have to.
It's great.
You just carried the car seat in, off you go.
Love it.
So getting another base, that is a luxury that if you can pull it off, do it.
The bases I felt were much more economic.
Way better. They're like $150 or $200. But then again, like you said, you put it in grandma's car. You put it in, having a second base is very nice.
Yeah, I agree. So, all right, let's take a breath. We're here. We've spent $7,000. We've got the baby now. It's alive and
$7,000 and the baby is 2 days old.
Now, what about that first year of life? I know that it goes up, and it's hard to quantify how people live their lives, of course. But like, I did a little research here, and what would you say first year baby costs excluding childcare? What do you think that you spent? This is talking formula. It's talking outfits. It's talking food. It's talking all of the things that come along with a baby going through first year.
I'm guessing $12,000 a month.
I think that's a pretty good guess. That's on the low end. 12 to 29 is the range. So obviously that's huge. But think about, we just mentioned diapers.
Yep.
We just mentioned the disposable wipes. Like
clothes. Dude, they motor through clothes.
They go through it so fast.
Then you start getting into baby food.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, I was not a food waster. I hate wasting food. Get used to it because your kid is going to waste so much.
3 bites and it's gone.
So much food.
Those glass jars.
Oh.
So many of them.
And then just when they start like eating solids.
Yeah, one bite.
Yeah, it's just.
Especially if they don't have teeth for a while.
No.
They get better at not wasting food, I think, once they have teeth.
My kid still doesn't really have teeth, so we're wasting food left and right.
But yeah, think about that. So, 12 on the like super cheap end if you're, kind of able to put things together, be really, really efficient, double up on things. And, and this is per kid, per child, about $12,000. So I had
Congratulations, John.
And it was probably closer to 30.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's just a lot. And then there will be a lot of things that you're like, oh, yeah, we probably need this. Or, oh, that would be nice. Or the thing that our wives did so well was going over to each other's houses.
Yes.
And being like, oh, this is nice. I need this. And then you and I look at each other and we're like, thanks, man. Now I gotta buy that $80
Why'd you buy that thing?
Yeah, like that happened so often. So if you've got friends with other kids, like you are going to find things that they have that you're like, oh yeah, that's nice. I need that. And it's like, cool.
It climbs quickly, and the keeping up with the Joneses is real.
Very.
And so as a mom in postpartum, of course, you don't want to feel like you're not giving your kid the best opportunity. Yeah. And if your friends have a thing that is making everybody's life better, of course you're going to want the thing. But I would say as dad, be the best advocate to not shut everything down, yet do challenge.
Yeah, and that's a hard line to toe.
Mm-hmm.
Very. Because there are times where you need to have the hard conversation of, I don't think we need that right now.
Yeah.
And then you may get some pushback, and sometimes you are correct. Mm-hmm. But you gotta swallow the pride and not say those words. Yeah. I told you so.
Yeah.
Because there's I'm looking at your basement right now, and there's quite a few things that are like, I had that. I used it for 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
And we did not use it again.
Yep. Believe me, I'm down here often, and I look around thinking,
but
why did we
shout
spend
out
money
Facebook Marketplace,
and
because another man's junk is another man's treasure.
And shout out to Viv for being willing to sell the stuff
totally.
On Facebook
or
Marketplace.
Do it the other way. Go on Facebook Marketplace and buy some of this stuff.
Buy the cheap stuff first.
Yeah, buy it used, because a lot of this stuff, like, you can use again, like a baby Brezza. If you are a formula. If your kid goes on formula, the baby Brezza is a life.
Picture
saver.
a Keurig, but for baby formula. It pre-mixes the formula with the warmed water and saves you.
You will have a bottle in what, 20 seconds?
Yeah, versus several minutes.
Yeah, and if you have a screaming kid, those 200 seconds
They really matter. They really matter.
are huge. Middle of the night, you don't know what you're doing, going down and just having to click a button. Oh,
Yeah, that's a game changer.
great. So
That's
if you are a formula, if you are going to be on the formula train, a baby Brezza is probably worth it.
Yeah, so good. Now, that's all kind of ongoing costs, food, diapers, things to keep them clean and alive. Now, what about if you want to, go to work and you gotta put them in childcare?
Let me tell you.
What do you think the average per child cost is in America right now?
Well, we had a pretty solid deal on our end, so I'm guessing it's probably going to be close to double what ours was. So I'm going to go like $1,500 a month.
You're exactly right.
And I think that's on the low end.
Yeah. Yep.
I think if you are in a actual daycare, and the tough part about daycare, man, if you're in like a La Petite or whatever
I don't know.
whatever their names are, you have to like pay even weeks you're not there. So for us, my wife being a teacher, having 10 weeks off in the summer and 4 weeks off at Christmas, and
You're paying for those.
I would have to
times,
pay
too.
for those weeks. So
Yeah.
I'd be paying basically 3 or 4 months
Yeah.
with my kids not there.
No.
And
It's
if,
awful.
if you if both you and your wife have office jobs, and like I understand, we got super lucky and we have like a nanny share and some family friends that watch her, and we pay them
Pennies.
robbery.
It's acorns.
we are stealing their time, but I'm very grateful.
They're, of course, with family and friends, they're thrilled to watch your baby, and it is incredible to resource your community and mobilize the village.
Totally.
You need it.
Like we've talked about.
And in some ways it's a blessing to them. Like I know my parents and my
love getting to
in-laws,
spend
they
time.
love it. And they're not ever going to ask for a penny for that
No.
time. But, for a lot of families, it's like 9 to 5 most days. Like
Yeah.
I need help. I
Yep.
need somebody to watch.
Yep.
And that cost is incredible.
Yep.
$1,500 per kid.
And you got to plan. Listen,
The
we've done
driving.
it. We have a podcast on the dual working daycare thing. You got to plan lunch every day. You got to pack all this. Like it's
You're schlepping them
It's a
around,
lot,
being a
yeah.
driver. Yeah, no, I hear you.
Yep. So on top of that is just the mental load with that 15 to $3,000 that you gotta do.
Yeah. So I stopped keeping track. As
So
I think
we're
many
at-
dads do. Where they're like, I'll just pull up the credit card again.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Make sure you get a good credit card with some good miles, some good rewards when you have a kid.
But all good news. I think that's most of our costs, right? Like, and I do think while it is a laborious conversation to get here to talk through all this, it is important to know like what the landscape is as a dad to be. We're like, okay, I better buckle up. Like this is what it's going to look like, and I better figure out where I'm going to find the money or find the help or find the time. Look for partnerships and friends and find ways to like bundle things, like all of that when it comes to the gear, when it comes to the child care. Like we even had our girls get babysat by the same babysitter, and we all went on a double date together. And it was like, oh, that was way better, manageable.
Way better.
So it's like, okay, finding creative ways to make a buck go farther is, I think, your job as a dad. And you've got a teammate with your partner, and it's worth knowing what the landscape looks like so that you can plan for it. And as difficult as it has been for us, like the bottom line is like it's worth it. Like your kid is your kid. Like you gotta show up for him.
Totally. And do your research on some of those things. Like my wife Abigail is so good at 1, finding deals, and 2, looking at what is the best bang for your buck when it comes to this stuff and what is worth spending money on and what is not. And you swing and miss on some of those things, and that's okay. It's just like anything else, right? Like I guarantee you can walk into your garage. How many things have you bought that you've used 3 times? It's going to be the same thing with a kid.
Yeah.
And you just have to be okay with it and know that what you're buying is either 1, making your life easier, 2, keeping your kid alive, or 3, bringing joy, right? And a lot of that stuff is man, when your kid starts like, you buy this walker and it's like, we don't need to buy that. And then your kid takes first steps on it and ends up just running down the hall with it. Like
giggling.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was worth it. Yep. 1,000%.
That was worth it.
Yep. But it does go quick. Just keep an eye on your budget. If you're not a budgeter, be a budgeter.
It's time to be.
Figure out what system works for you guys. We're still figuring out what our system looks like.
We've tried some different things. Right now we're doing Rocket Money.
Oh, there you go.
It tracks all of our accounts, everything all at once, tells you what's coming in, what's coming out.
See, I'm a by hand guy.
Yeah. I think by hand makes you feel it a little more.
Way more.
But having the data with graphs
Yep.
and trends is, I think, what been helpful.
See, I got a
for
Google
me.
sheet, and I have it broken down into like categories.
Yeah.
So we've got like food and gas, or we have grocery and gas. We have like shopping. Then let me tell you, the one that's going to hit you hard, Target.
It gets its own line item.
Yeah, Target's got its own line item because they have everything, man. Sometimes it turns into groceries. Sometimes it turns into, that's where you buy. There's no Babies R Us or any of these baby shops anymore.
Yeah,
so it's
true.
either Amazon or it's Target.
Yep.
So buy stock in them right now, so you at least make a little of your money back.
We'll make a little back. Well, the only other thing I wanted to hit on before we wrap up here is just like looking ahead. And there's lots of things that we can be doing for our kids to prepare them for their future. And then financially, though, I think there's one, like we joke about weddings with the girls. But a huge piece of that, too, is education and finding ways to make a dollar go farther as that cost continues to rise. And so I'll just throw a few like resources. Like for me, we've done 529 plans. Yep. It's an account that is specifically designed to input money tax free and take money out tax free, so you're not getting banged on the tax end of things for money that can be used for education, and that can be used for education all the way through. So charter school things or certifications, college, all of those things. So we started those super cheap. It's not going to make a dent now, but I wanted to get in the habit of it. I think I'm putting $50 a month in there. It might even be less. It might even be $30. But it's going.
It's something.
And it's going. And it's a great thing for our grandparents to be able to gift into.
Yep.
When they want to, inheritance, it's a great place to put a chunk of money there.
Yep.
Where that can grow and they can use it for whatever they want to use. The other one, I think you guys have been using it.
Yeah, we got, if your baby is born in 2025 to I think 2030, there's the Trump account. I don't care which side of the line you fall on, whatever, but you basically get $1,000 in an account for your kid, and it's education driven, just kind of like a 529 account.
But you can also use to start.
You can use it for
right?
a small business as well. So, so it's one of those things that I don't know how much I'm going to put into the account, but it's $1,000 that is free that then is just going to continue to gain interest, and I think the model shows that it has 14 to 18,000 when they turn 18 or whatever, when they can start pulling it out. So
even if you did nothing, there's
even if you don't do anything, there's
a car.
Yeah, exactly. So that one is, I think it's through 2030. So you guys unfortunately missed that one.
Yeah, we definitely missed the cutoff.
But shout out to Riley for staying in the womb a little longer, so for a whole week, so she could get that one. But yeah, so that's what we opened that one up, and I had my accountant just open that one up for me you can only open it I think during tax season. You just have to register it or whatever. So a couple different options there, or just high yield savings account. And there's a ton of things that you can do, but putting something away now will help you out everyone shows you, man. It just it's just gonna compile on itself. It's just gonna keep growing, and it does.
It does. It feels hard when you're in the earlier stages of it because you're waiting. But that's why for me, it's like set it, forget it. I want it in an account that I don't
think about.
I don't even know the password to go look at the balance. I honestly I set these up, put on the auto draft,
off they go,
and away it goes.
Yep.
I never even see it.
Yep.
And so I think that's the way to do it for now. Until revenue and income and all those things maybe look differently. And so my big takeaway from all of this is, one, I'm motivated as hell to
Yeah.
like create a life for my girls. That looks like showing up at work. It looks like showing up at home. It looks like grinding on other side gigs and side businesses that like I want. Like Dudela is a big piece of what I hope, will become a vehicle for my family. And so all the things that we've been learning from all the dads, financial included, we've actually kind of siphoned all of that information and created a kit for you all. We're called the Dudela Prep Kit, and it's $37. We have it for sale. It's right there on our website, and it's like I mentioned, it's just kind of a gathering of all the dad advice, and finance is just a piece of it. It's just one of the 5 pillars that we highlight in there. We talk about how to show up with actual like knowledge and advocacy in the hospital room. We talk about how to like craft your family identity. We talk about all sorts of different things, how to be an emotionally regulated and healthy dad so you can actually be steady for your family. So we've done all of that work, put it together in a kit. That's available for anybody who wants it right now. It'll be in the show notes. But having this conversation is kind of a wake-up call for me as a dad. Like, okay, this is what it looks like.
Yeah, remotivates you.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, and this isn't to scare you guys, new dads, of like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get ready. You're gonna spend this. It's just like preparing you so you can be ready when your kid comes in. You can start having a conversation with your wife.
Yep, exactly. So information is power, but information without action is nothing.
Nothing.
So it's time to get to work, boys.
Do it. Go have that conversation with your wife. Start now. And go get the prep kit because we have all of this outlined in there. It gives you some action steps of having that conversation with your wife and kind of starting that if you don't really know how.
Love it. And we're always available if you've got questions, if you've got comments, throw a comment, throw a DM on Instagram. And we actually have a new feature on our website as well. If you feel like, you know what, I'm more of a voice texter, a voice note guy, we actually have a voicemail feature on our site. So you can feel free to leave us a voicemail. We listen to every single one of those. And love to hear from you guys. Love to hear like your wins. Love to hear your struggles. We are a community of dads, turning dudes into dads.
Yeah, and if you're an insurance guy and you have the answers to figure this thing out, please let us know. We'd love to have you on, honestly. Like, that's one that is very confusing. So, all the insurance folks out there, hit us up.
Would love that. So, thank you all for taking your time, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Adios.
Dad!
Daddy-o! Dad!
It's a lot of lights, Dad.
You fathers will understand.
I told you he was an awesome dad.